Let's solve this equation which says the cube root of x is equal to what? 1 over 2 the square root of x. Now, I am going to rewrite the cube root of x as, let me show you one law of indices, which is if you have a raised to power 1 over 3, for instance, this can be rewritten as what? The cube root of a. Notice something, the denominator of the exponent is the cube root, is the root, while the numerator is what? Power. So you can rewrite this as raised to power 1 or not. So I'm going to rewrite this from this form to this, which will be what? X raised to power what? 1 over 3. And this is equal to 1 over 2. What about the square root of x? I can rewrite it as x raised to power 1 over 2. Same thing I did before. This denominator is what? Root, while the numerator is what? Power. So that's going to be what? X raised to the power of what? 1 over 2. So let me take this off. Now what I have to do is to clear the fractional index here and here. And to clear it off, we need to use the LCM of the denominator of 3 and 2. Because if you choose to use 3, for instance, watch this now. Fine, you will get this 3 will get rid of this 3, but it will not do anything to this one here. So we have to use the LCM of 3 and 2 so that it will just clear off the fractional index. And the LCM of 3 and 2 is what? 6. So I'll multiply this by 6 here and this by what? By 6. So watch this now. 3 goes into 6 2 times. That gives you what? X raised to power 2, because 1 times 2 is 2. What about this? This 1 over 2 is also being affected by the power of 6 here. So 1 over 2 raised to power 6 times x raised to power 1 over 2 all raised to power 6. 2 goes into 6 3 times. And you now have x squared is equal to 1 over 2 raised to power 6 can be written like this: 1 raised to power 6, which is still 1 over 2 raised to power 6, times, this is x raised to power 1 times 3 is 3. So that's x raised to power what? 3. Now, this is x is equal to 1 over 2 raised to power 6 is what? 64, because 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 2 is 16, times 2 is 32, times 2 is 64. So that's 64 here. There's a square here, times what? X raised to power 3. So if I move this over, if I cross multiply, I will have what? That x squared times 64 is 64x squared, which is equal to 1 times x cubed is x cubed. What should I do next? I'll move x cubed to the left-hand side. So I'm going to have 64x squared minus x cubed is equal to what? 0. Let's factorize. What is common? X squared is common. So when you factor out x squared, you have 64. X squared into 64x squared will give you what? 64. So minus x squared into x cubed will give you x. And this is equal to what? 0. So what does this mean? From zero product rule, x squared is equal to 0, or 64 minus x is equal to 0. So now if you square root both sides here, x will be equal to 0 twice. And when you add plus x to both sides here, you have that this is gone from here. So you have 64 is equal to x. So we can conclude by saying that x is equal to 0 twice, or that x is equal to what? 64. I'll see you in the next video.